The challenge today is to do simple watercoloring. Now I'm going to be using some inks today. I'll tell you which inks that I chose, and how I chose those colors is I looked at my page kit and I had blues and pinks and purples. So I decided to go with that. And then at first I chose one of each color, and then I thought, well, maybe I could choose kind of like a darker tone, a medium tone, and a lighter tone. So for the purples, I got Villainous Potion, Dusty Concord, Shaded Lilac. Then for the blues, I got Prize Ribbon, Faded Jeans, Speckled Eggs. Some of them, when you look at the cover, you're like, oh, I don't think they're going to go together. Spun Sugar, Picked Raspberry, and Worn Lipstick. And what I do is I just take a piece of cardstock and I start, kind of squishing the ink. And then I go, oh yeah, I really like that. Or no, I need to go change that. So at first I had picked this color. I can't remember what it was. Kitsch Flamingo. And it was too close. So although this one doesn't look like it's going to go at all, when you squish it out, it does. So that's how I chose those colors. I have a water sprayer. I have something that I can put water in. I have this that I'm going to squish the water or the ink onto my layout. And then I have a brush. So also I want to say that this is going to be probably like a 2-day process, because I'm going to do this. I'm going to play, and then I'll finish the layout tomorrow. So I think too is I'm going to start. And another thing I was thinking is I'll try to do like the blues in this corner, keep it in this corner, then do the purples maybe here, and then the pinks down here. Kind of do like a circle is what I'm thinking. Okay, like I said, this might be a flop, but you know what? We're not going to know if we like or don't like something unless we try. So I think also I'm going to start with the lighter color for each thing and then go to the darkest. So we're going to put some ink on this. It's like an acetate. We're going to add some water and we're going to swish it around, and then you kind of swish it like that. Now I also have some baby wipes here, and I'm going to wipe that as I go. And we're going to come back and add more color, take away color. So, and the darker colors, I think I'm not going to squish as much ink because they have so much more pigment, right? Now I got to figure out where I'm going to put this. So maybe here. Okay. Then the dark, I'll do right there. I'm going to put the covers back on right away because I can totally see putting my arm in it. Oh, that I probably should have just went one squish. Because the more, the darker the color is, the more potent it is. So I just took some away. I can always go back and add more, but I can't take it away. Well, you can, but it's just harder. Because you can wipe it down and then pull some ink out if you want, or off. Now, one thing I should have done is wet my paper too first. So wet the area so that the ink can kind of do its thing, right? It can run, it can do whatever it wants along the paper. I love playing with inks and mixed media. And so again, this is the lighter one. So we're gonna do that a lot more than, where am I gonna put this one? Maybe here. Okay. Now, some of those colors are gonna kind of get married, and that's okay. That is a-okay. So what I'm gonna do is the medium one, I'll do 2 squishes. The light ones, I'll do 1 squish. The medium one, I'll do 2 squishes, and the dark ones, I'll do 1 squish. And we'll go from there and see, you know, how we kind of like it. Okay, so I'll do the medium color here, like that. Okay, and now we'll do dark. Oh, wouldn't that be cool for a picture of a handprint, like of a baby? Oh, that would be cool. Oh, now I have to do that. I think I didn't have any pictures for this, but I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get my daughter. I think she did do it in plaster, but we want to do it with inks. So we should, you know, we're going to get on that really quickly here and get it done so I can put it on this layout. And sponge sugar is extra, extra light. So I did like 5, just because it's so light. Do it right there. Oh, I like, see how it's wicking? Oh, love that. Love that, love that, love that. So this one will do 2. And I kind of kept the dark colors off to the edges. I don't know if you noticed that, but I kind of did that. This one's a little darker than sponge sugar. Not by much, but it's a little darker. And then the picked raspberry is like, whoa. I think I should have moved this over a little bit. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do maybe like that. Kind of finish it off there. And maybe I'll put more purple here. Maybe like that. Maybe I'll do more of that middle color and put it here, and more of that light purple and put it here. I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking right now. Okay, so medium color would have been worn lipstick. It's kind of pale, so I'm going to really squish it. Okay. Just like that. Then the light purple was shaded lilac. I should probably have my heat tool and be drying this as I'm going, but I kind of like when the colors are kind of mixing, so I'm kind of going with it. But after I have these down, before I play any more, I think I'm going to go get my heat tool. I'm going to dry this up, and then we'll come back and do some more fun stuff to this. I was going to keep, you know, adding ink and stuff, but because I wetted the paper before I started, and then I was putting a lot of water and ink on the acetate, and I was, you know, applying my ink, and then look what it did. Like, it did like several like layers just by doing that. And then as I was drying it with my heat tool, I just took a paper, like paper towel, and because there was big puddles, and I was just kind of lifting it. And when I did that, it created all of these like almost like layers, and I don't want to touch it. I am in love. I love it so much. And that also goes to say that I don't think I'm going to put a lot of embellishments on this because I don't want to cover this up at all. So one thing I'm going to do is make a 5 1/4 by 7 1/4 black mat, and it's going to fit right here. And you can tell, like, I'm not going to, you know, miss a lot of stuff. I am not going to see that, which is a little sad, but you know, some things have to be covered unless I just, you know, do this and put it away. But before I started, I had the forethought this time to cut down my watercolor paper to 11 3/4 by 11 3/4. Because a lot of times I just think about it after the fact, and then you end up cutting things that you know, areas that you really like. And because I cut it down ahead of time this time, my paper is already cut down to size, so I don't have to cut down anything. So I get to keep all of this. Like if I had to cut it right now, I wouldn't have any of that white border. I would have to cut that off, or I would have to cut the pink on the bottom size. So if you want to double mat this, and when you do any type of mixed media, sometimes it's good, most times it's good to remat it on another paper, and it helps straighten it out. Plus, because this is on white, you have the black border. It really makes it pop. And then I'm also going to use another cardstock in black, and I'm going to put right here. So then it kind of makes it so that it coordinates like you meant to do that. So 7 1/4 by 7 1/4. What I could have done was cut the center of this big cardstock for this, but I already had a scrap, so I'm okay with using the scrap. And because this is mixed media, I want the whole thing to be glued down and not have, you know, a hole in the middle, and then this part would be warped. That's another reason why. Okay, this will fit perfectly right there. Now, the embellishments that I had with this is purple, so that's going to work out perfect because I'm going to put purple on this side, so then it kind of keeps that purple going. So I really like that. So this is how I'm going to do this. I might as well glue that down because I know that's what I want to do. And I don't have a picture. I'm going to get my daughter. What I want is for her to take a close-up of her little feet. And I'm going to get it printed in black and white at 5 by 7. So it's going to fit on this perfectly, and it's going to really pop on this layout. There. And then I can, I don't know, maybe do a little quote about feet. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do, you know, once everything is up. Sometimes, you know, like the title comes to me before I make the page, and sometimes the title comes to me while I make the page, and sometimes the title comes to me after the page is all done, and you know, I'm working on it to put it in the album, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. So I'll put a title on. Okay. Now, there is a ton of embellishments in that Spectrum Gardenia. I think I'm going to go with purple because, again, purple and pink, I think. Or maybe blue. I mean, these are all the colors. I mean, how perfect. How perfect. It has pink, purple, and blues in this. So I think we're going to do a mixture of all. I'm trying to see. Oh, okay. I was going to say, I'm trying to see if I can somehow make layers with these flowers, but I think I can. Just like that. Perfect. Okay. I'll get this. Just like that. Try to layer up these flowers here. Maybe some pinks. I don't know. Maybe I can do blue because the blue and the purple goes really well. Maybe we can do that. Maybe add some pink in there. And then we have the purple in the background. that might be okay. See, these are kind of big. I don't know. Like maybe these where they kind of crawl up. Do you know what I mean? Maybe I can make it crawl up the photo. Just like that. Maybe I can move this. Just like that. Kind of overlay those two, maybe. I don't like it. Maybe these aren't the right flowers. Let me think here. I want something that crawls up instead of like this. I think. Let me try it. The only way to know is by putting it next to it, and then you can kind of say, yeah, I like it, or no, I don't like that. How about this one? It kind of goes with the curve. I like that. But then up here, it blends in. It blends in too much. I don't like this little guy right here. I don't know if I could maybe cut him off. Why not? Let's go for it. I mean, it's just a little, it's not going to be the end of the world, if you will. Okay. Yeah, I like that much more. And you can't even tell that I cut that off. That's okay. I like that much more. Maybe I can bring it up. Maybe bring it down. Now, I think for the pink, I can maybe just, nope. I thought maybe we could just add a little color, but I don't like that. There's not a lot of pink. That's the problem here. Like maybe we can put this over top like this, because it's just greenery there. Okay, yeah, I kind of like that. Okay. Do we want this in the background? I don't think so. Okay. I kind of like that, I think. I think. Maybe I want a little bit like up a little bit instead of right at the corner. Maybe this can go down here instead. Because you don't see the circle back there anyway, so maybe if I put it down here, it gives me more of a base. Okay, I'm spending way too much time on that. So whenever I don't know what I want to do, I move on to something else. So let's move on to something else. And I brought out the stitching. Maybe I can do a little bit of stitching and it'll kind of, I don't know, maybe help with this. My thing is, I'll tell you what I want. I wanted it to go all the way up, but there's no flowers that are that big. Like none. Well, this one, but then I don't like the curve. I don't like the curve. See, this is what I wanted to be all the way up there. And it's not, but from here all the way. And because I have that in my head, nothing is kind of standing up to it, you know? That's okay. we'll leave it alone and we'll try to, I don't know, maybe put some stitches in. Like that. Okay. Just like that. I like that. That's going to help with that. And then maybe I can do maybe off the page for a couple more. I could have taken the one on the outside, right, instead of cutting this in two, but for some reason, this stitching here was calling to me, so maybe we can. I'm not going to do any embellishments, clusters, except this one, but maybe I can do some stitching. You know, a little bit of stitching here and there. I think that'll be good. It'll add just enough interest. And then maybe I can put some butterflies just flying around. I think I'm going to like that. Okay, so we got here, here, and here. Let's rub this down like that. Like this. Oh, I don't know what's going on with these rub-ons. I'm having issues with the rub-ons this time with 49 and Market. It's making me sad because they were the best rub-ons out there. Okay, that went off. Yeah, this batch here, I'm having a hard time, so hopefully it's not the whole thing. It's like this. Okay, that's not too bad. It went off pretty good. Okay. I don't know. I have a little bit of stitching here. I'm just going to put it there just because I don't want to waste it. Just to have, oh, see, that didn't go off very good either. Okay. Maybe. Okay. I got it all off. Now, the stickers. There is some purple and blue and pink. Awesome. So I'll put a blue butterfly. That's not going to go there. A blue butterfly in the blue section. Maybe right there. A purple butterfly in the purple section. Like right there. And then a pink butterfly in the pink section. Maybe right here. Okay, I was going to put it up there, but I found it was blending in too much. Now, I think I'd like to put one of these here just to add a little bit more interest. Now, maybe with the addition of the other stuff, maybe now it's going to look better. Or I can put this underneath and I can make this one climb up higher and this one go lower. Maybe I can do that. I'm gonna do a double layer of flowers. Okay, so I've taken out several ones, and this one's okay. It's a possibility, but then I can't put any other flowers. But then I thought, you know what? You have other ones, like just open them up. The Gardenia General, and then I saw this one here, or even that one there. They're bigger. Look at this one. This one is huge. And that's what I want. I want a big one. This one is big too. Let's try this one here. I'm gonna have all of them out at this point. And that's okay. That's okay. If I can find something that kind of goes with the vision that I had, right? This one is okay. And I like that it has, you know, several colors. Now there's this one too. This one is only purple, but I like the way that it spreads out. Let me see here. I like the way that it goes up here and around. And then maybe I can sneak in the other colors in here. You know? Like maybe just a few little flowers. Okay, let's see. This or this. See, this goes all the way up. That's what I like. That's what I wanted. It's going to cover, but I'm imagining her feet are going to be there. So I think it's okay. And then I can find, either I can break this blue apart, or there's enough blue flowers that I can put some blue flowers on there. And I can put some pink. So we can have a little bit of everything, right? Let's do that. I really like that. Okay. Yay. Sometimes, you know, it takes a little longer. And, you know, if you've been with me for a while, you know that I say, if you like it, stick it. And not to dwell on stuff too long. But also, if if you don't feel it, put it away for a minute and then come back to it. And that's, you know, I kind of went away from it for a little bit. And then that's when I thought, hey, you have other things here, like other pieces of collection. So go look in there, because I was kind of focusing on the laser cut elements, the floral. And as soon as I went looking in the other one, then I was like, oh yes, this is it. This is it. As soon as I saw it in the package, I knew this was the one, but I tried different ones, and because you never know. Okay. Now what else can I'd like to add words, I think. One step at a time. Oh my gosh. How perfect is that for feet? Ah, I love it. It's like it was meant to be. So I'm going to put that right down here, I think. I was thinking at first up here, but I think down here, see here, it's kind of open and feels, I don't know, like there's something missing. And by putting that there, it rounds off this right there. It just feels open. It feels like there's something missing. As soon as you put this on, it completes that embellishment cluster. It's almost like a little piece of twine, and you're tying that bouquet at the bottom. That's, you know, how I'm kind of thinking of it. Okay, well, I like that. I like that a lot. And look, this has like baby pins or whatever they're called, bobby pins. Perfect. Maybe I can take one of those. I think I'd like one in that upper corner. So I'm trying to keep the colors together, if you will, except for here, right? I put all three colors to kind of bring it in, but maybe I can do something like that. We can just put the year there. Like the month and the year that we took the photo. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. We'll put that right there. Like it looks like it's dangling on that little piece of stitching, but it's like it's a twine or something. And it's, so I'll just put the year and the month that the photo was taken. Oh, I love that. Love that, love that, love that. Now I want to do some sprinkles, I think, like dots. So I'm going to go and get the mist, the cord. I'm going to clean all this up. And I'm going to get some coordinating things here. Let me see. Well, with the pin, I was going to put one of those, but with the pin, we don't really need anything else. But maybe I can put one here. Like purple, maybe? Like right there. Yeah, I like it. I could have put pink, but I picked purple, and that's fine. Okay, I really like that. Okay, I'm going to put everything away, and I'm going to go get the inks, and we're going to do some sprinkles. One more thing, as I was putting this away, I'm like, oh, all these words, I want to use those. I want to use those. And I think the quote I want to do somewhere is something along the line. I saw that not that long ago about little footprints make the biggest impact on your heart. Like something along those lines. I'll have to go and, you know, like find what that quote was. But that's what I'm going to put on here. But I have to find the quote first. And I think I'm just going to write it out. So it's not going to be a title. It's just going to be like in my handwriting. I think it's going to mean more than if I, you know, did it in with letters or something. So memory, and then I'll just do best down here. Although I do want to put that quote somewhere here. So maybe I'll put, where could I put the best? Down here somewhere. Maybe right here. Oh, I made this curl under. Just got to fix that first. And then I'll put that quote there. Okay. Now, I notice I don't have a lot of these. Well, I don't have a lot of the colors that I used. The only purple I have is wilted violet. We'll make it work. And the pinks, I had two of the pinks. I had picked raspberry and spun sugar. I had all blues. I had faded jeans, speckled eggs, and prize ribbon, and black velvet. So obviously I need to kind of focus maybe on getting some purple. See, purple is not a color that I use a lot, but I should try to get, you know, a few. So I'm going to concentrate, again, colors with the colors. So I'm just going to put purple where the purple is. I'm going to put the blues where the blues are. I'm just going to put, where I have three of those, I'm going to put just a little bit of each. Oof, this one is not even open. Okay, we'll keep it for last. We'll put a little bit of blue. I'm going to get this open. And as I was doing that, I'm like, do I want to do it with my handwriting? Because, oh, sometimes my handwriting is like, oh, I don't particularly enjoy it. So now I'm second guessing that, but I need to find that quote first, which I'll just do a quick, you know, Google search, and I should be hopefully able to find that. So there's the pink, and then I want to put a little bit of black just to add a splash of like, wow, on everything. The black is going to go on everything. Okay, not too much, just a little bit. I really like that. Okay, let me try to find that quote. Here is the quote. The little feet make the biggest footprints in our hearts. Now, I went and got some stamps. They're just from the dollar store. They're not like very high quality, but that's okay. What I did was I did try them out, and I'm glad I did, because it fell off the block, and then when I put it back, I put it in sideways. So, it's always good to do a little test beforehand. Now, how did I decide on the width in between? I took the block here and I kind of went like this, and I'm like, okay, I know the stamp is smaller, but I want to make sure that my lines are at least further apart than this block. So we're just going to start with 2 lines, and this is what I want to do. I want to do some with the pen and some with the stamps. So I'm going to have to take my time, because when I try to write fast, that's when my handwriting, I can't stand it. Now, what I did was I did put these in the order. I mean, the F and the T, we need it for both, but it's okay. I'm probably not going to talk much, because I really want to concentrate on one, not making a spelling mistake, and 2, I really need to concentrate on my writing. Okay. Like I said, my handwriting is not my favorite, but we'll just go with it. I thought of maybe doing it on the computer and printing, but then I would have to do strips, and I didn't want to do that. Oh my gosh, I hope I have enough room. Just enough. Ooh. Just enough. The littlest feet. I think here I'm just gonna put make the biggest. Okay. Is that too far apart then? If I don't have any stamps. I've erased so much time, so many times right now. It's not funny. But I think I'm going to go a little smaller. Like maybe this much. Because it's only writing. Make and then biggest. I thought of maybe doing heart also with the stamps, but I don't know. Oh, should I try to do it without putting a ruler? Oh, I don't know. Okay, I just put the F, and then I know like how wide I need for the letters, right? And I'm going to do this because I don't trust that I can go straight. Now, I'm going to make sure that my O didn't move at all. Like I said, dollar store stamps, so not very good quality. Okay. And I mean, if you make a mistake, you make a mistake. It's handmade, so it is what it is. But, you know, we still try to make it so we don't make a mistake. So I just double check that my stamp is facing the right way. I try not to go too fast, because when I go fast is when I make mistakes. And that is, I think, my biggest downfall is everything I do, I always like go. And that's usually when I make boo-boos. Right? Watch, as I say that, I'm going to make a boo-boo because I'm not paying really attention here. Even if it's not straight, I kind of like that look. It kind of makes it look whimsical. Okay, so I like that. Now, I don't know if I want to do in our and then do hearts or just do in our hearts. I don't know what to do. I don't know if I want hearts. I feel like hearts is an important word. Do you know what I mean? Oh, I almost made the line with this. But I feel like hearts should be by itself. Like maybe down here. Do you know what I mean? Let's do that. So we'll do in our, kind of in the middle. Not off to the side. I want it to be like in our, and then hearts, which I didn't get the letters out for that because I wasn't going to do it. But I think all I need is the H and the A, and everything else I have. So let me get this in order because that's when you're going to make a mistake. So you got H, then you got E, A, and then R. Where's the T? Oh, T and S. So, and also write it on a piece of paper, because I find when you're just trying to, you know, wing it, that's when you're going to make spelling mistakes, because, you know, okay, this way, because you're concentrating on putting the stamp in the right place. You're concentrating on not wiggling it. You're concentrating on the word. So many things that mistakes are going to happen. Okay, 2 more letters. Can I make it without making a boo-boo? Yay! Okay, I like that. If there was a little heart in here, I could see doing a little heart. Maybe I can do it with ink. Or maybe I can just leave it. Oh, maybe. This is the pink side, right? This is pink. So I could do a little pink heart. Could I do it on each side or just one? On each side or just one? I could have went over a little bit, but it's all good. It is all good. I'm not gonna fuss about that. I'm not gonna worry about it. Like maybe there in the beginning. No, I think I'm gonna go without. It's a sweet idea, but I don't like the look. So we're just gonna do this. And I'm just gonna erase this once I know, like, okay, yeah, everything is super dried. Ooh, what about these big hearts? Right? Maybe I could do that. No. Oh, I took the flower right off. Okay. I kind of like the heart up there. And then it brings in the word heart. There's another bigger heart here. And I like the tone of that pink too. No. I think I'd like it if it was just that or that, not both. Maybe up here. I have to think about that one. I have to live with it for a bit. thing I'll say is what I like today may not be what I like tomorrow. So what I mean by that is I can make a page today and I'm like, oh, I just don't like it. I step away from it. I come back to it the next day and I try to usually finish a page when I start it. And then, you know, if something happens and I'm like, oh, I just can't feel it, and I step away, a lot of times when I come back the next day, I'm like, hey, I actually kind of like it. So, you know, sometimes how we feel one day is not necessarily how we're going to feel another day. I think I'm going to put that little heart there. I kind of like it, I think. I don't know. Maybe not. I kind of like it there. Very indecisive. And that's okay. There, we can pick these up. And I think that should be dried enough now that we can dry or erase that. Should have probably started with the top one because that was the first thing stamped, and this is probably not the best eraser. You know, it's not like an expensive eraser, but I don't know where my other eraser, oh, there it is. I like, you know, the white eraser. I find they do a much better job. This was a dollar store eraser. So fine for like if I'm just writing in my notebook or something like that, that I don't care if it takes it away. But I think it's worth getting a higher, you know, it's not that much more expensive, but it works so much better. It takes away all the marks. Perfect. Okay. I like that. Okay. So that is going to complete the layout for simple watercolor.